Hello. Welcome back to Divine Destiny Guide. Again, I love doing these inspirational, encouraging, and motivational messages for you. From divine's lips to my ears to your heart, sending you the purest of love and light. Always, God is for us. Who can be against us? We're blessed, we're highly favored, and we're secured, anchored, and protected. So, welcome if it's your first time. Returning soul tribers, thank you. Thank you for your love and your support. May God continue to richly bless and keep you. What a friend we have in Jesus. For you, O Lord, will bless the righteous with favor. You will surround us with your shield. Psalm 5 verse 12. So what is the gossip on you? What's the gossip on you right now? And the first card here, it says release. So a lot of you, and it's like I was looking at a different card, different deck, and it was free. So yeah, a lot of you are making decisions to leave what no longer serves you in the past. You're making changes in your life. You're moving on. You're surrendering to what is the things that are not effective, the things that are not working. But this reminds me of the Eight of Cups. Even if you've invested in people, places, and things, but you realize that it's not working, you have no problem releasing and walking away from what and who no longer serves you. Wow, the gossip on you is that you're an empress, divine feminine. And guys, I know I have men, but remember, this is an energy. So for some of you, you're nurturing, you're very creative, you're very intuitive. You have mastered all of the queens. You're the four queens in one here. And so for a lot of you, you're very abundant. You have a lot of creative ideas. You're pregnant with potential. Some of you, you are moms. Congratulations. And that's the gossip on you at this time. Awesome. Wow, that's great. So what's the gossip? What's the gossip on you? What's the gossip on you at this time is that you're a fighter. You're a warrior. You're an overcomer. For some of you, you're an activist. You challenge the status quo. You don't just settle with mediocrity, but you rise above, and you're not afraid to stand up for yourself. Some of you even stand up for others as well. You're a protector. You will not pass anybody who is suffering or struggling. You will give give a helping hand. And yes, it's your spirit too, being able to fight against all odds, to keep going. Not is like for you, quitting is not an option. And at the back of the deck it says communication. So some of you, you may be doing something where you're communicating. People are talking about the way you speak. If you have an accent, that you're creative, the way you express yourself, your ability to manifest as well. Some of you, you're emotionally intelligent. This kind of reminds me of like the King or Queens of Swords, because it talks about communication. So a lot of you, you're truth seekers as well, and you have no problem, wrapping up completion, wrapping up cycles, closing out what no longer serves you. Is like zero tolerance to the nonsense. Look at this. Liberator, again, freeing, releasing yourself. It says freeing yourself and others from outmoded beliefs, releasing negative thought patterns. Yeah, it's like anything that's not serving you, you're leaving it behind. You're not going to ignore the things that are holding you back. You're going to free yourself. You also speak up for others as well, and you're not allowing anything or anyone to control you at this time. Wow, that's awesome. Spirit, what's the gossip on the soul tribers? What's the gossip? Wow, child, orphan, independence based on learning to go it alone. Conquering fear of surviving. So some of you, orphan, it's like having no parents. You're probably loners. So the gossip on you, people see you're doing life by yourself. You're taking care of yourself. You're very independent. And it doesn't mean that you've lost your mom and your dad, but it's the fact that you have, even if you're a parent, you know you may have a child who is so determined. You don't have to tell them to do everything. They know to just do things for themselves, what needs to be done. While you may have another child, you have to keep telling them, do this, do that. Well, you have that independent spirit. And people see that you're not afraid to go it alone. Some of you, you are going alone, and you're learning to do that. Maybe a relationship fall apart. Now you're doing life by yourself. And because of that, you're conquering the fear of surviving. You're not afraid to go out and get it. You're not afraid to go out and slay it. Whatever it is like you're braver. It's like sitting on top of the world. Even it doesn't matter how big it is. It's like now you learn to master any feelings of abandonment that was maybe in the past stifling you from growing. You overcome that. You don't have that. You're not codependent on toxic relationships. It's almost as if you'd rather be by yourself to maintain your peace than to be in the wrong crowd or company. Maybe things happen in your life where you learned a lot of lessons, and you refuse to seek inappropriate surrogate families. You don't want just to be connected to the wrong people. You will wait for the right people, the right person to come into your life. But it's like until then, it's like you're not waiting on anybody. You're doing life. But until then, until such time, you would rather do it alone. And people see that you have this independent go-getter attitude, and I love that for you. I love that for us. Look, angel, helping those in need with no expectation of return. So a lot of you, the gossip on you is like you're a lifesaver. You're there for people to give a helping hand to others. You're not there to mislead others or to falsely claim to be in touch with angelic guidance. You are the real deal. You're an earth angel. When you show up in people's life, it's never the same. You're a blessing to a lot of people. Some people look at you, even if they may not tell you, but it's like, again, there is something about you that is so caring, so loving, so nurturing. We saw the Empress card there. Some of you, you are earth angels as well. Look, child magical, seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things, the belief that everything is possible. Yeah, it's just this innocence, this pureness. People look at you as being fearless. And with you being a liberator, you free a lot of people when it comes to the way they think. You're able to encourage people to break, to go beyond the limitations, to not settle. You're not a pessimistic person. You lighten up the room. No depression, no anxiety here. You believe in miracles. And you believe that anything and all things are possible with God. That's the belief. It's, when you're a child, you just want to jump. You're fearless. You're fearless. I love that. Awesome. So it's this child, this innocence, and not being afraid to start over, to take a leap of faith, not relying on others to sustain you. Yeah, I love this innocence. Oh, they're all over. Just a minute. Okay, Spirit. So what's the gossip on the soul tribers? What's the gossip on the soul tribers? What's the gossip? What's the gossip? Saboteur. So you highlight your fear of self-improvement, self-empowerment, and the changes it would bring to your life. So for a lot of you, you highlight, you're not afraid to look at the areas in your life where you're sabotaging yourself. You're not afraid to go inside. You're not going to induce any self-destructive behavior or the desire to undermine others. You're not going to speak down on others. You're not going to blame other people for your shortcoming. You don't have a problem of going within. And when I see this with the orphan, you know, like just sitting there alone, it reminds me too of the hermit, of going within, deciding what it is that you need to do, what you need to work on, because it's almost like, okay, I am in this by myself. I don't have the support that I need. So in order for me to be successful in this thing or that thing or moving forward, what are the things that I need to do? So you're not afraid to go inside to look at the things that made you fearful, because in the past you were probably afraid of being alone. Maybe you have had abandonment issues, and you're able to look at that because that's a fear of being alone. And it's like you're not afraid to go within, and you realize that, okay, I was really sabotaging myself by thinking that I need to be in certain companies or having inappropriate people in my life. Even if it's your own blood, you know, you're not gonna do that. So you go within and you heal those parts of you, and that's awesome. I love that. Okay, let's see. Engineer, ability to give creative energy and a practical expression, talent for designing resolutions to common dilemmas. So it's like you bring solution to the table. You're very creative. You build things. You're very smart for some of you as well, very intelligent as well. Some of you, you have an eye for detail. You're very creative. You pay attention to details as well. Some of you, you may love designing, decorating as well. But again, very creative. And we saw that with the Empress there too, how creative you are. You're very intuitive as well, you know. So this is great. I love it for you. You know, it's about building up not only yourself but others as well. And thinking about engineers, like making things steady, a firm foundation. That's what you're all about, being solid, not sabotaging yourself or other people. You're a healer. You're an earth angel. For a lot of you, very just innocent, or in the sense of you probably starting life over without some people. People are gossiping, they're looking and they're seeing that you're going alone and you're not scared to be alone. You're independent and you release any fear of surviving out there in the world. Some of you, you are traveling the world by yourself. That's the gossip on you, and you're free. People are seeing you're a free spirit. You're also encouraging people to do the same, to move beyond their limitations, to break the barriers, and just how magical you are. You believe that all things are possible. It's changing that way of thinking, and as a result, you're also encouraging others to look outside of the box, break boundaries. You're a fighter. You have that fighter spirit within you. You are fierce, you're brave, you're bold, and yeah, I mean, you have no problem if it means walking away from what no longer serves you so that you can be your best self. You will do that, and I love that, and I applaud that. And keep up the awesome, the excellent work. God is for you. Who can be against us, right? So until next time, please remember to like, share, and subscribe.